Happy Thursday, everyone. Let's jump into what happened over the past 24 hours because the Fed just made their move and markets are digesting it. The Federal Reserve cut rates another 25 basis points, bringing us down to a new range of 3.50 to 3.75%. And here's the kicker. They announced $40 billion per month of Treasury bill buying starting this Friday, so quantitative easing is officially back. Fed Chair Jerome Powell struck an optimistic tone, saying the baseline is solid for growth next year, and there's an 82% chance the Fed holds steady in January according to market pricing. Now Bitcoin had a weird reaction. It actually slipped during Asia trading hours while other risk assets gained, and the odds of Bitcoin hitting $100,000 by year-end dropped below 30% on Polymarket, which shows some uncertainty after the Fed decision. That said, institutional flow is still strong, with Bitcoin spot ETFs recording $150.77 million in net inflows, and there's $1.59 billion in leveraged short positions that would get liquidated if Bitcoin hits $95,076, so we could see some fireworks. On the corporate side, $4.46 trillion giant Nvidia's CEO had some interesting thoughts, saying Bitcoin is taking excess energy, storing it into a new form called currency, and you can take that currency wherever you like. The CFTC chair confirmed you'll be able to use Bitcoin as collateral in derivatives markets with a limited pilot program for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDC collateralization. Coinbase's John DiAgostino predicts more Eurozone countries will follow the Czech Republic and start buying Bitcoin, and we're already seeing companies pile in with Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr. backed American Bitcoin, acquiring another 416 Bitcoin, bringing their total to 4,784. Vivek Ramaswamy's Strive is raising $500 million to buy more Bitcoin, and Bitwise CEO says banks with assets in the trillions have recently approved their Bitcoin and crypto ETPs for clients. Elon Musk's SpaceX recently moved some of its Bitcoin, which got people talking. XRP had a solid day with ETF clients buying $8.73 million worth, bringing total ETF-held net assets to $945.49 million. Over on Solana, the co-founder made bold claims, saying the market hasn't awakened to the fact that the fastest companies in history to reach $100 million are mostly in crypto, and most of those are on Solana. Jupiter just hired KKR's head of digital asset strategy as its president, which is a serious institutional hire. Switching to traditional markets, Fidelity reported 654,401 millionaires in Q3, which is the highest ever recorded, and S&P 500 profit margins rose to 13.6% in the third quarter, their highest level in history. With 96% of companies reported, S&P 500 operating earnings are up 22% year over year, the 11th straight positive quarter and highest growth rate since Q4 2021. Interestingly, 5 out of the 7 Magnificent 7 stocks are actually underperforming the S&P 500 this year. Only Google and Nvidia are outperforming. Goldman Sachs made waves, predicting gold will reach $4,900 by end of 2026. And Amazon announced they're investing $35 billion in India to create 1 million jobs. On the debt side, the U.S. collected a record $246 billion in customs duties over the last 12 months, but the interest expense on U.S. national debt rose to a record $1.25 trillion, so the government now spends more on interest than national defense. That's your wrap for today. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you tomorrow with another roundup.